And I think there's different ways that investors can add value. So you've got you've got some that just give you money and then they basically disappear, and you send them an update every month, and sometimes they'll be like reply being like, looks good or something like that, and I'm like, great. And then you've got ones, depending on how you're sort of structuring your investment round, like we have about, in our first round we had about 14 angel investors. So having a personal relationship with each of them where they're all supporting you a lot is probably too much, because if I was meeting with them all once a month, then that's too much. You can't spend that time doing that. So you generally find that within that group you've got some who are more engaged than others, and also some who have specific skill sets or areas that they can help with. So one or two of our investors are like highly strategic investors who have backgrounds in areas that I need to tap into, whether that's through network but also through experience. And then we've got a couple of investors who are basically my cheerleaders, who I love, and they ask me questions like, oh, I don't know, I'll give them an update or something and we'll meet for coffee, and they'll ask me questions like, how are you feeling? Or like, are you okay? Or like, they'll buy me lunch and be like, are you eating enough? Literally be like, I'm like their child, but in like a way that's like they're like supporting and caring for like me as a person, and the business is an extension of what I can achieve if I'm being my best self, and that is a huge value add when you know that people have got your back, even if you need to pivot, or even if you need to like change something drastically in the team, or like you need to have a really hard conversation with someone, that that they'll sort of support you through that, is hugely valuable. And even ones that will put themselves out there for you as well. They'll promote your business with their networks, and they'll do introductions for you. And I've got a couple of investors who actively send me emails like, you should speak to this person, I know them, I'm going to introduce you. And I think there's so much value that you can gain from your investors, but having an understanding of what you're expecting from that relationship is really important. So the ones that gave money and disappeared told me that straight away, like, we're willing to invest, but we don't want to have like any sort of don't call us if obviously call us if like something is about to go really wrong, but don't the everyday stuff, they're not wanting to be involved in that.
Right.